I was sitting in the doctor's waiting room when my phone rang. It was my only daughter, Angela, her voice cold as she said, "Mom, we're going on a trip to Europe tomorrow. I already sold your beach house and your car. We needed the money, bye." And she hung up, leaving me stunned after 45 years of raising and sacrificing for her. But I smiled because she didn't know the truth. My name is Antonia Brooks, 71 years old, widowed 6 months earlier when my husband, Robert, died of a heart attack during our routine breakfast. His last words a kiss and, "Good morning, my love." Since then, Angela had seemed attentive, visiting often, helping with arrangements, even suggesting a checkup. But now I realized it was all for convenience. The beach house was our family sanctuary, bought through hard work when Angela was 15, filled with summers, birthdays, and traditions where I cooked and cleaned for her and her husband, Edward. The car was Robert's cherished old Ford truck, still holding his scent. In the waiting room, surrounded by patients, I felt a strange calm instead of tears, remembering an envelope Robert had given me 3 days before he died, saying, "Put this away. If something happens to me, open it when ready." After the doctor's clean bill of health, I took the bus home. Angela had sold my car, and smiled at the irony, knowing Robert always planned ahead. At home, I opened the envelope to find deeds, bank certificates, and his letter. "My dear Antonia, forgive the secrecy. I invested our savings. We have 6 properties, including Angela's apartment building, and shares in several companies. You're rich, my love. I hid it so Angela would love us for who we are, not for what we have." Trembling, I realized the vast wealth Robert, a humble bus driver turned savvy investor, had built in silence. The irony struck. Angela thought she'd left me destitute, yet I had everything. Sleepless, I pondered the innocence lost in old photographs until Angela called again, speaking sweetly and depositing my 30% share for a few months of living while she and Edward pursued his opportunity in Europe. I laughed at the absurdity. Her condescension hurt more than her theft. Watching them leave without a goodbye, I called our lawyer, Mr. Peterson, showing him the documents the next day. He confirmed their legitimacy and advised suing for fraud, but I preferred secrecy. Quietly, we nullified the beach house sale and regained control of all properties, including her building. Weeks passed in a double life. Outwardly a poor widow pitted by neighbors like Aurora, inwardly a businesswoman reclaiming everything Robert left. Peterson also recovered the truck after proving the forged power of attorney I'd signed in grief. Discovering Edward's debts had been collateralized on my building, I ordered an eviction notice upon Angela's return. Rumors spread, Edward's fraud exposed, their Europe business revealed as an escape. Angela returned alone, pale, abandoned. When she received the eviction notice, she called in desperation and soon learned that Robert Investments owned her home. Visiting me, she broke down, confessing that Edward had forged signatures and vanished with their money. I welcomed her home kindly but kept my secret. Among Edward's belongings, I found another envelope containing a bank box key with jewels worth $200,000 and Robert's note, for helping her wisely. During dinner, Angela confessed Edward's debts exceeding $100,000 and her forged liability. I feigned ignorance, softening at her genuine remorse but staying firm. She sold the jewels for $180,000 to pay the debts and, for the first time, worked, taking a night cleaning job, regaining dignity, befriending kind co-workers like Mrs. Johnson. Eventually, Peterson traced Edward to Paris, committing fraud again under a false marriage. Once Angela had truly changed, humble, grateful, valuing love over luxury, I revealed everything: our wealth, reclaimed assets, and her cleared debts. Angela wept, asking why I'd let her suffer, but she understood. Dignity is learned at rock bottom. Forgiven and transformed, she vowed to earn respect through effort. Months later, she studied social work, turned our beach house into a women's shelter through the Robert Foundation, and devoted herself to helping others. Edward was jailed, forgotten. Together, Angela and I rebuilt our bond. Mother and daughter united not by money, but by hard-earned love, purpose, and the quiet wisdom Robert had left behind.